Hello everybody, this is Yoko's Anime Reactions, and this is actually going to be a Dollar General story. For, anybody who obviously has worked in retail, you know, excuse me, never essentially, shoot, how do I say this? If somebody calls on the phone wanting you to get a gift card and pay for something like that over the phone, you know not to, because that's a scam. Because there is no money involved, because the person will just take the gift card number and hightail it out of there, and you will not get any money for it, and your drawer will be short, and you could get fired for that. Well, obviously, if you work in retail, I don't know what other stores do this, or how, I assume other stores have CBLs, or, you get on the computer and you do the little lessons where you find out about this stuff, how to do Western Union, how to do the truck, and all that other stuff. Well, one of the lessons is dealing with scams, potential scams. Well, lately, we got our system updated to where it's a little bit easier it's supposed to be a little bit easier on us. And it's to where, usually you have to push a certain button for someone who wants to do a Visa, like a debit card or a credit card, and then another button if they want to do food stamps. However, this new update made it so we only have to press one button for both. So it's a little easier on us, so we don't have to worry about asking, are you using EBT or are you using a debit card? So much easier with that. Hey, I'm sorry about that. However, they sent us new pen pads to go with this. And if I am being completely honest here, no offense to Dollar General, but I think that corporate sent us a refurbished pen pad that goes on our first register, because there will be times where someone will be paying for their stuff and the pen pad would reboot itself. And I'm not even kidding here. And most of the time we have to take it off the little thing, turn it over, make sure the plug is, pushed in all the way. And sometimes we even have to take it out and then put it back in to reboot it to make it work right. It is so annoying to the point where I think that machine hates me, because it won't do that with other people sometimes. And then when I come in on my shift, it'll do that at least once. And usually it happens when I have at least a couple customers in line, and then it starts getting backed up to where I have a long line. And it just essentially causes more problems and annoys the customers, and heck, it annoys me too. Anyway, the reason I'm mentioning this is because we're supposed to be getting a new pen pad to replace that one, and I hope to freaking God they do not send us another refurbished one. Please, Dollar General, just send us a new one. I don't care if it's cheaper to send us a refurbished one. Send us a new one, or else we're probably going to have this problem again. Because the other one doesn't do that. The other one works fine. Fine-ish. Because we still have issues with the update, like getting a bunch of new errors that we didn't get before. But that was the update. That wasn't the pen pad. Anyway, yeah. I got my first phone scam the other day. I think it was like last week or something. Anyway, yeah, it was last week, because my manager was on vacation and my assistant manager was the one in charge. I had just come in for my shift, and the assistant manager had not left yet, because I don't know if it was if she was supposed to leave in the next hour, or if she was about to leave, or I think she was about to leave. Anyway, my coworker came in, who I was working with that night, and oh, no, I'm thinking of something else. No, the person who came in and helped me with the call was, the fresh truck had shown up, and my coworker and I would not have been able to do it by ourselves, so my assistant manager called my other coworker, who lives right across the street, to come and help us put up the truck, and then he could go back home. So, while they were dealing with the truck, I was on register. And there was a phone call, and don't remember what the caller ID was, but I answered it, hello, Now I didn't say hello, I said Dollar General, because that's how you're supposed to answer the phone is, this is Dollar General in such and such a town, how may I help you, blah, blah, you get the spiel. Anyway, they mentioned that they are going to be sending us the new pen pad, and they have to do a couple changes to the register, because they said, and I quote, some products will not be compatible with the new pen pad. First I didn't say anything because that kind of raised a red flag to me. The only things that interact with the pen pad is your payment card, whether it be Visa or food stamps or whatever, and your fingers. Items themselves don't interact with the pen pad. They interact with the scanner gun and the scanner on the counter, essentially, that we use to scan the items. So I knew something was up, and I wasn't sure what to do, because usually when telemarketers call our house or whatever, I usually just hang up on them. But I was going to go give it to my assistant manager because, I figured worst case, if it wasn't a scam, then I would have an excuse because I wouldn't know what to do. And if it was a scam, they could handle it. I said, oh no, don't get it your assistant managers. This is a training exercise for cashiers. And I was thinking, wouldn't they be good to give that to all the people who work on the registers, not just the cashiers? And I mentioned this to her because she's standing she walked over and was sitting next to me as I was trying to deal with this. And she told me to give it to my other coworker, the one who came in to work on the truck. So, because he needed to deal with it. Or he needed to... Shoot. What was her word? How'd she word it? I think it was he needed to experience it. Maybe she suspected it was a scam as well and wanted to give him a chance to experience it. I don't know. Anyway, they were supposed to remotely, apparently, render one of the registers offline, and the other register you'd have to use, to check out customers. And the guy did sound very convincing, I will say that, but the whole products not being compatible with the pen pad kind of alerted me. Anyway, I was dealing with customers while he was talking to the guy on the phone, and afterwards he came back and told me it was a scam. And I was like, okay, well, what happened? And he told me after I gave him the phone, and he was mentioning, getting the register offline and all that, and that, I don't know if that would be legit or not, but anyway, he was mentioning telling him to get a money card to use on it, and I'm like, ooh, yeah, if I had waited on the phone long enough, I would have known that, because that is the telltale sign that somebody is trying to scam you, because that is that's what the scammers want. They want money. They want a free gift card without having to use their own money for it, essentially. So everybody essentially knows that has worked in retail that is essentially a scam. As soon as they hear the words gift card, Visa gift card, or anything like that, yeah. The guy Chris said, just hung up, essentially. And yeah, a guy apparently tried to call my number because apparently, I don't know why the heck he needed another number. I didn't even ask, but Chris warned me essentially that the guy might call my phone, and he did one time, but that was before he gave me my phone back. So yeah, for those of you working in retail who haven't done your CBLs yet, do them, because you do not want to be the victim of a scam, because you will get in trouble, your drawer will be short, and you could possibly risk losing your job over that, depending on if you got any other write-ups or not. But yeah, I had a feeling something wasn't right. Cause yeah, like I said, there's no product that interacts with a pen pad. Now, if he was talking about the scanner or the scanner gun, then that might have been a little bit more convincing, but once he would have mentioned the gift card or the money card or whatever, yeah, that would have been all over for him. You would think that scammers would not be so stupid, because you would think that they would know that we are trained, or we have essentially a lesson to train us in that very specific situation. We are not going to essentially risk giving anybody a gift card. Mm-mm. No, if they want a gift card that badly, they can come buy it like everybody else. Scammers, if y'all are out there, don't even think about trying this stuff. It's just gonna make you look stupid. Is all I gotta say. So, yeah, that was my recent experience with a phone scam. And apparently my other assistant manager that doesn't work there anymore actually fell for one. And apparently my manager told me at one point that, yeah, you haven't experienced somebody cussing you out on the phone about this. And I'm like, I wouldn't give them a chance to. As soon as they mention the gift card or whatever, I'm going to hang up on them. Because that's what I usually do with telemarketers, is I hang up on them. As soon as I hear it, I'm like, nope, click. Anyway, that's my little story from work. There haven't been anything really interesting lately. So, yeah. Anyway, I'll see you guys next time.